Okay, sorry about the blurriness. I think something's wrong with my camera. I'm gonna have to get that fixed, but hopefully it's just this video. Hey everyone, welcome to the Progressive Social Warriors. We speak truth to power. We speak truth to the Republican and Democratic Party, but especially the Democratic Party, because that's why we have Trump. So I'm going to discuss why people should trust TYT and people should keep an open mind to the Justice Democrats. I'm going to try and explain to the people out there who kill me in the comments and kill me on Facebook and kill me on Reddit and kill me on my YouTube videos, because if I can frame this to even open one person's mind in seeing what my viewpoint and how we should explore every option we can in trying to get progressives in office. And like people who watch me know, I support third parties and I support the Justice Democrats. I support anything. If you believe in my values and you're progressive, I support you. So this is why I'm making this video, because even if I change one person's mind to open their mind to not be so cynical, then I've done my job. I've picked some of the most progressive TYT hosts who a lot of the people who don't trust. The main reason people don't want to do Justice Democrats and don't trust them is because TYT is involved, and some of these people have issues with Cenk and some of the people on TYT, and I want to show people how that doesn't matter and that Cenk is not corrupted, and I'm going to show you why he's not. Even though I don't agree with a lot of times what Cenk has to say, it doesn't mean the guy's corrupted, because I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with anything anyone has to say, and no one should agree with anything that anybody has to say 100%. We're progressives. That's who we are. We have open minds. That's what I thought. But sometimes I think that there's some of us out there who maybe don't, and that's unfortunate. And this is why I'm doing this right now. By the way, real quick, I just want to say how thankful I am to everyone out there who's been subscribing to me. I know I'm a really small YouTube channel, but I love all you guys so much. And when I used to hear YouTubers tell their subscribers how much they love them, I used to always think, they're just paying lip service to them. But after doing YouTube, and I know I've only been doing it for a short time, I realized how hard it is for people to actually subscribe to and actually watch your videos. So I thank you guys so much for the love in the comment section and subscribing and watching my videos. Believe me, I love you guys for that, man. And I just wanted to get that out real quick. Okay, so we're gonna get into Jordan, and I'm gonna address most of the biggest issues that people have. But I want to play some of these guys so people...
A lot of autonomy to cover what I want to cover. I've never been told by Cenk or anybody else how to cover things, what to say. Second, I work for the Young Turks, and I'm proud that I work for the Young Turks. Do I agree with every single thing they do on the main show, with the direction that they take on certain things? No. I mean, I don't. I think they cover Donald Trump way too much. I've told them that. And the beautiful thing about the Young Turks, I could say that, and I'm not going to get canned. So just because I don't love what they're covering right now or how much they're covering it, or you don't love it, last time I checked, to be a progressive doesn't mean you have to engage in groupthink. And I think this mentality that you're sellouts and this and that, I think it's very simplistic. And I think, you know what, I'm personally not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. I think Hillary Clinton is the embodiment of everything that's wrong with politics. But I don't hate Cenk because he disagrees. I know Cenk doesn't love Hillary Clinton, but he personally thinks Donald Trump is a menace to society. And because of that, he's going to hold his nose and vote for Hillary Clinton. I might not agree, but I'm not boycotting Cenk.
That's why I think the Young Turks is a great...
Okay, and sorry, just give me a sec here, guys. And I don't know what's so hard to understand about that. You guys love Jordan. You trust in Jordan. What don't you understand? Yes, Cenk voted for the lesser of two evils and voted for Hillary. I personally wouldn't have done that either. I agree with Jordan and Jimmy and Michael, who all and Kyle, who also agrees with that. Okay? But do I hate people who didn't really like Clinton, but decided that Trump was way too bad. Bro, how can you guys like not trust someone? Because when that's the reason, if that person just wanted to vote for Hillary because they just liked Hillary, then hey, okay, those people you cannot trust. But if their reasoning was because Trump was so horrible, I wouldn't have done it, because I don't agree with the lesser of two evils thing. But I'm not gonna hate on someone for doing it, and I'm not gonna trust them, and either should you guys. And that's not a reason not to trust just as Democrats because of that, and that's a big issue. I'm also gonna top on another issue real quick, because I heard some people talk about this, is what if Cenk decides to do this again in the general election? And let's just say it happens that there's a corporate Democrat and a corporate Republican again. And what if Cenk decides again to do the lesser of two evils thing? Everyone, we're progressives. We think for ourselves. That's why I love progressives. That's why I love you guys and love to talk to you guys, because we have our own minds. If Cenk does that, then don't follow him. I'm not going to follow Cenk because if he does a lesser of two evils, but I can still support the Justice Democrats at the same time, because just because Cenk or some of the other people on TYT might do the lesser of two evil things doesn't mean that their candidates are corrupted all of a sudden. It just means that that's the way he thinks. He thinks that, you know what, I don't want the worst person. If it's between these two people, I'm going to try and get the best person out of these two worst people. I don't think like that. I'd rather vote for someone who believes in everything I believe in. But that doesn't mean all of a sudden his candidates are going to be corrupted. And I hope you guys realize that, man. And I hope you guys realize that companies like CNN and MSNBC would never let these people on their show. But yet Cenk lets them. You might not agree with everything that Cenk says, but Cenk lets the Jordan Cheritons and Jimmy Dores and Michaels of the world on his show. And they're part of his show. He hires them. And he lets them do whatever they want. And as you're going to see Michael say. I got more to say real quick, but let's just play this real quick.
Corrective, potentially. And people like myself, Jordan, Nomiki, we have a degree of autonomy within the Young Turks as an institution, so we can do things that maybe everybody doesn't agree with, or maybe amongst ourselves we might disagree. And that's the beauty of it. We're not obliged to toe any particular line. The reason we were brought on is because we have independent views, independent analyses, and that's what I think should be encouraged as much as possible.
Now, Cenk, I don't know what's so hard about that, man. He just told you straight up, right there. Cenk does not, TYT does not tell them, and that's why I still trust TYT, and that's why I love that. And remember, TYT is the biggest progressive online news organization, guys. And he lets these people would never go on CNN and MSNBC. Sure, you might not agree with every host on TYT, but that doesn't mean they're corrupted, man. Because if they were corrupted, these people would never be on their show. Okay? I'm going to get something real quick, because I think this is a really important topic too, before I go on. And I heard this topic, reasoning for not supporting them. And a lot of people don't go all the way to the end of the video, so hopefully you have at least gotten to this part. The co-opting. That's another big thing. Oh, the Democrats are going to co-opt the Justice Democrats. People, let me tell you something. Anyone can be co-opted. That's not a reason not to trust the Justice Democrats, or not even in office yet, to know if they can be co-opted. Okay? And like I just showed you, TYT is not co-opted because these people wouldn't be on here. So a third party could get co-opted. An individual in a third party, that could happen too. Say a corporation wanted that third party was a vote that needed to be on a certain policy. You think a corporation can't sway a certain individual from a third party who's a progressive to follow them with enough money? Hopefully they can't, but it doesn't mean they can't. Can they do that to a Justice Democrat? Of course they can. But you don't go into it thinking, oh, they're going to be co-opted. You don't know that yet. That's why you vote them in, and then you see how they're doing. If you see that they're following your policies and what you believe in, then great. If they don't, then you get them out and try someone new. But don't just all of a sudden know they're going to be co-opted by the Democratic Party. Anyone can be co-opted. And I hope you guys realize that, man. But you know what? At this point, I hope I'm framing this well enough to even open some people's minds. But there'll be people that doesn't matter. TYT, Secular Talk, and me do video after video after video railing against the Democratic Party and the corporate Democrats. And these people still think that some of these people are corrupted. Who? And they still call me, oh, you're Tom. Someone call me Tom Perez. All I do is talk shit about the corporate Democrats. People, no one is gonna do video after video bashing corporate Democrats and do it as a Jedi mind trick for you to follow the Democratic Party. Who does that? No one does that. Don't you? I don't get it. What people are seeing that I'm not seeing. No one does that. That's why I trust these people, because they showed me that they're trustworthy. They do video after video complaining about the corporate Democrats. So I'm like, hey, why would they do that? What kind of trick is that? That's a bad trick. They don't know how to do tricks if that's the trick they're using. Okay? So yeah, I tend to trust them if they're doing that. That's what I do. I just wanted to get that point across as well.
Tell me what you announced this week. The Justice Democrats, and you put together an organization to get corporate money out of politics.
Yes.
Am I right? Am I good so far? It's great. See,
Is
this is the kind of things that make you feel good.
Yeah.
Right? Like we have hope. This is actual hope.
That's right.
And for real change, not 5% change.
That's right.
And so then people.
Okay, sorry about the blurriness. I think something's wrong with my camera. I'm going to have to get that fixed, but hopefully it's just this video. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so people right away, they're going to tell me, yeah, but Jimmy Dore wants to do a third party. Yes, I know Jimmy Dore wants to do a third party. He wants to do draft for Bernie, and that's his main goal. Another thing, Jimmy Dore is part of TYT. He has aggressive progressive is part of TYT. Because I got a lot of hate from the aggressive progressive group. I got a lot of love too, and thank you for those people and everyone who gave me love. But that was one of the main groups that gave me the most heat on this. Guys, Jimmy Dore is on TYT, and he supports draft for Bernie, and no one tells him you can't do that. But the difference is, would Jimmy vote for a Justice Democrat? Of course he would, and I'm going to show you that he would right now. I support Jimmy, and I'm not telling people you have to support the Justice Democrats, or you have to do it this way. I just don't like people going around telling people not to do it a way. People, we got to do it every way. Let's come together and do it whichever way. Third party Justice Democrats. Don't worry about co-opting. Yes, people can get co-opted all over the place. You don't think like that beforehand. You look after to see if that's happening.
Back the person raising a lot of money. This is why there was such frustration in the political system. And so there are groups, there's this group, Justice Democrats, brand new Congress,
Yes, we're all for it. They're going to primary corporate Democrats.
And I said, look, and someone said, well, what if they're primary you? I said, fine. It's like, when have we become so afraid of competition? Do people go around saying, if you have a job, do you go around saying, okay, I'm just entitled to that job? No, you work hard. Well, if someone runs against me, it's up to me to convince people that I did a good job. And by the way, if I lose, so what? Like, it's not the end of the world. These things weren't designed to be feudal estates.
So you're telling me that we should hold a politician accountable for their own loss in an election? You do not sound like a Democrat. Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Dore from the Jimmy Dore Show, and I'm here to tell you about why I joined the Young Turks. It was because I was already a fan of the Young Turks, because I was interested in the news, and Cenk and the Young Turks, they were giving it to me straight, and they were framing the issues correctly. That's the beauty of the Young Turks. We don't have corporate overlords. We don't have to worry about offending our advertisers. That's why people like it. What people need is authenticity and honesty. That's what people are craving. And now they're taking the next step. If you haven't noticed.
Sorry, I just wanted you to hear that, because I love Jimmy. I do YouTube because of Jimmy. He inspired me. Jimmy and Bernie Sanders are the reason I do YouTube. I love Jimmy more than any of you can even imagine. I started this channel because of him. And if Jimmy can trust the Justice Democrats and Jordan and Michael, and I see it. I can see it. I love Cenk. I might not agree with Cenk on everything. I agree more with Jimmy and Kyle Kalinske and Jordan and those guys. Yes, they have more of the way I think. But I love Cenk for letting these people on. And I might not agree with everything Cenk says, but I respect the hell out of him for doing the Justice Democrats. I don't think they're corrupted. These people are not corrupted. People who are corrupted don't go around making videos bashing the Democratic Party. That's not a thing in the world. That happens, people. And if you think that that's a mind trick, then you got bigger issues than I could ever help you with. Okay? But I don't want to try and bash out. I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm just trying to open your eyes to see that let's try everything, man. And I just want to make sure I got all the issues that people were railing to me about. Yeah, it was 3 real big issues. It was the co-opting of the Justice Democrats, which I touched on. It was Cenk voting for Hillary, and I touched on that. And sorry, and I just wanted to point out some of the other stuff that I did already. Guys, I hope I open even if I just one person I got out there that said, you know what, why the hell wouldn't I open my mind to this? Because real progressives, they don't bash other progressives on how they want to try and do things. They just don't. I don't believe they do. I don't believe you're a true progressive. Even though you might believe in my policies, you're not a true progressive if you're doing that. That's what I believe, because I support everybody. And if you don't support me and the Justice Democrats, and I'm not saying you have to follow the Justice like you have to do it the Justice Democrats way, but if you don't at least support us, know that I support you out there. And you can bash me all you want, because I'm still going to get bashed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. It does not matter. They're still going to bash me. Call me naive, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And you're part of the Democratic Party. Doesn't matter. Some people just won't click in. But if I clicked into some people, then I've done my job. Thanks, everyone. I try to make this video as it's shorter than most of mine, but it's still kind of long. But anyways, thanks, everyone. Comment and tell me what you think. Like I said, thank you for all the love out there. I know I'm small, but I love every one of you out there, and I love you, all the comments you guys give me. Write in the comments, subscribe if you like this. I would appreciate it. Thanks.